What's up guys, I'm Jake.
And I'm Tyler.
And today we are ranking urban legend creatures on the Tier Maker website. Alright, so here's our categories. We have at the very top Mr. Steal Your Girl. This is gonna be like the beast, the top of the top creatures that like, they're so cool, they seem so powerful, like everything about them is top tier. Next we have I'm Calling the Police, I'm Scared. I don't wanna mess with them, but
You need some backup.
yeah, you're gonna need some backup. They're not the top, but they're really close to it. Then we've got They're Fine. It's self-explanatory. They're fine. Right under that we have Could Use Some Pointers from the top tiers. They're not the complete bottom, but they need some help to work their way up. And then last but not least we have I Could Beat Them Up in a Fight. Not worried about them. They're bottom tier.
So number one, we got a leprechaun.
Mr. Leprechaun.
I mean, honestly, I could probably beat them up in a fight. Like,
I mean, we could probably just step on them.
yeah,
A little
like
squish.
what powers do they really have?
They hide
They're obviously
cold.
magical creatures.
Yeah,
but
they've got some tricks.
you know,
But I think we could
I feel
beat
like
them
with
up.
the list that we have, we could beat them up in a fight.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely bottom of
They're
the bottom.
Down.
They're fun for cereal boxes, but
Yeah, but not for
anything else.
not for this tier list.
No, they gotta go. Speaking of gotta go, you gotta go.
All right, so number two, we got the Wendigo. This one's a Native American legend, and it's basically a demon of like multiple creatures combined. So
That sounds scary to me.
it does. Obviously, it's not going to be something we can beat up in a fight.
No, so automatically they're ahead of Mr. Leprechaun.
Yeah. So, but how ahead? Are they going to steal our girl, or should we call in some backup?
I'd be afraid of turning into a cannibal.
Yeah.
I might call the police.
Yep. I think we're going to need some backup on that one.
I think we might. I think based on what they can do and like, I mean, it looks terrifying.
It does.
That looks
Like
creepy.
you see that in the woods at night with some fog behind it, a little bit of moonlight.
I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
Literally. Exactly. I feel like that's a healthy spot.
Okay.
That's the Skunk Ape, Florida, our very own
You know,
Bigfoot.
the skunk ape. Like, how practical is that? Like, Florida's not very.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I believe in this skunk.
No. Like, if you think of Florida as a whole, very populated. Like, it's hot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like,
That dude's got a lot of fur.
yeah, it's
He'd
got a
be-
lot of fur.
he'd be
It's
strong.
hot. Like, we've got wooded areas, but nowhere close to like other states. Like, it's a very populous state.
Yeah.
So, practicality wise, I don't know that dude lives down here. But
I don't think he does.
could I beat him up in a fight if he were down here?
No.
I don't know about that.
I couldn't.
Like, I feel like he's stealing too much from Bigfoot.
I think he is. I think
We got to go with some pointers.
That's what I'm
He might need
thinking.
some pointers, but definitely couldn't beat him in a fight.
no. I couldn't beat him in a fight. But I'm not even gonna put him at their fine though,
No.
because it's like it's just like a copy of Bigfoot, the Yeti, blah blah blah.
And it's just not practical.
And
Like,
it's
move
just
to another
not.
state. Move where it's colder.
Get
Like,
out of here. It's not worth it for you. And we spent years looking for him. We haven't
Yeah.
found him.
We haven't found him yet.
I don't think he exists. I think he can use some pointers. Maybe he can have a new feature where it's like, ooh, new skunk ape feature unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
They now eat alligators and they use their tails as weapons.
You know,
That's a pointer that I would give them.
if he could eat alligators and like,
Swing them around,
Swing 'em
whip
Oh,
like
yeah.
alligator tails, then maybe they're fine. But yeah, for now, they can use some pointers from the top tiers or us.
for sure,
And next up we have
the banshee.
the Banshee.
Banshee. Now that banshee is scary to me. Like, you hear this amazing, beautiful sound that you're just sailing on the ocean blue in 1492.
Is that a Banshee or is that a mermaid? What's the difference? What's
The
the difference between
banshee
banshee and
causes
mermaid?
people to like jump to their deaths.
Oh, that's right. Why do they do that? Why do they jump to their death?
So they hear the sound and it draws them to the water, and they're like, "Let me jump in and hear what's going on." And then they're dead. They kill them.
So it's like they almost like are entranced by this sound,
Right.
and that they're like, I need to find the origin, and they
Yeah.
get in the water and they.
I feel like I would want to call the police for them too. Like, I need some, like, I don't want to jump off a boat.
Yeah, I would definitely say either I'm calling the police or they're fine. I think they're definitely scary if you're on a boat.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I have enough control over myself
Yeah.
that I wouldn't jump out of the water, but apparently
What if it's a mythical trance?
it's just gonna make you,
Then
you're
it's just
right,
gonna happen.
you're right, that would be bad. I would hate to go out by jumping in the water and dying.
Definitely.
I think they're below the Wendigo, but I do think they could be in this category.
Yeah, definitely for sure. What's the next one?
The Kraken.
The Kraken. Kraken, amazing rum, but
Yes.
creature-wise,
Aren't they just giant squid?
basically, yeah.
Like they back in the day, like pirates or whatever, they didn't know what a giant squid was.
Right. So, like, yeah, it could take down a boat,
Which
but
is
not
scary.
cruise ships anymore.
Which is scary, but you know,
Yeah,
cruise ship.
like pirate ships, yeah. Obviously,
Sure.
like a wooden boat, but like putting its tentacles through all those open holes, portholes on the side, you'll take down a wooden boat. But
Yeah.
cruise ships, tanker ships,
Like they're not taking anything down nowadays.
no. So I'd say they're fine.
I would say they're fine because they terrified pirates and stuff from the past.
Yeah, but today's
They're
world,
not scaring us.
no.
But they got it done back in the day.
For real, they have made a lasting impression. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. That they're fine. They're
They're
right in
fine.
the middle.
I like that. They are right in the middle. Next up we have
The chupacabra.
El Chupacabra.
Obviously, I feel like the chupacabra is one of the more realistic things on the list
Yeah.
because a lot of people chalk it up to be like a coyote and stuff like that.
Right.
So there's been a lot of sightings, but for a dog-sized creature that is like coyote-like, wolf-like, like a mixture, I feel like it's pretty realistic.
Yeah, and it does a lot of damage. I mean, takes out herds of animals and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like the right rifle, like you don't need help with them.
You're
Like,
right. That is true.
I
Very
feel
easy
like-
to take down.
They're easy to take down. So
You ever
do I
watch
need
that?
pointers?
You ever watch that Scooby Doo episode with the Chupacabra?
That is true.
That's a good one. That's a fun one.
If a group of teenagers can take care of a chupacabra, then
We can.
could they use pointers?
Maybe. They could use pointers to get scarier, but they are fine.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing their job.
Right. Like they're not designed to take down humans per se.
Right. Like they're just
They're-
getting crops and cattle
Yeah.
and stuff. So then the question is, do we think they're more fine than the Kraken or are they less fine than the Kraken?
I feel like they're less fun than the Kraken.
I was thinking the
I think
same
they're gonna
thing.
need some pointers.
Yeah. So I think like right here,
Yeah.
you know,
So
still they're
definitely
fine.
but they're not as bad as the skunk ape where just completely unrealistic.
Yeah. I think this is a good spot for them.
Yeah.
So we got the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Jersey Devil, the beast, it flies. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like an upgraded version of the Chupacabra.
You know,
Kind of?
maybe that one might be I'm calling the police. Would they steal your girl though?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Because my thing is, I also don't believe in the Jersey Devil.
No.
I just don't know. It seems a little too out there for me.
Too outlandish.
But I like that idea, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think as an idea as a whole, it's pretty freaking creepy.
That's true.
But the realistic levels of it, I'm not convinced. So that's why I wouldn't put it at Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think that's the top tier.
You know, but would you want backup or do you think they could use a little bit of pointers and they're fine?
I mean, I'd want some backup if I
Yeah.
came across a Jersey
So
Devil.
maybe I'm scared I'm calling the police, but not as scary as a banshee.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, Wendigo's definitely the top on the cake right there. And
Yeah.
I'm calling for backup.
Yeah, I think they're definitely in that category. I think they're the bottom of it as of right now, but I think they're in the category for
Yeah.
sure. Like, I wouldn't want to come across one of those in the woods.
Definitely. Nessie, the
Nessie.
Loch Ness Monster.
Classic, staple in any urban legend ever.
Everybody knows who Loch Ness Monster is. Nessie, like,
People are
it's-
still looking for Nessie,
Yeah.
like, to this day.
I mean, they just recently announced a whole excursion
Yeah.
to have multiple search crews go out and try to locate this creature.
Yes.
Now, am I worried about it?
No.
No. I mean, you stay out of the water,
You're fine.
you're fine. And to my knowledge, it hasn't ever really attacked a human. It
Yeah,
could have in the
I don't know,
past.
maybe in the past, but I know that they just, like, people are just trying to look for it.
Yeah.
Like, they just think that it's real,
Right, it's just elusive.
but it's elusive.
I don't know. This might be a hot take that might get some backlash, but I think it could use some pointers.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, it's that big urban legend, but it's just kind of like doing its own thing. It's like a manatee in the Loch Ness. So
yeah, I see what you're saying. Could use some pointers, like they could spice it a bit, like you could like draw things in, it could like breathe fire, I don't know.
Like, right, I respect it wants to do its own thing. I respect that.
But like, it's nowhere near the top 2 categories.
No, it's not going to steal anybody's girl because it doesn't even want to show itself.
Yeah, it's very shy, very introverted.
I don't know. I couldn't beat it up in a fight, obviously, because like, in the water, it's got the advantage. But on land...
Oh, in the water, we're screwed.
Yeah. So I think it could use some pointers, but it's not something we can completely chalk off like we're going to beat it in a fight sort of thing.
Yeah. I would say it's
above the skunk ape because it's borderline like they're fine, but it definitely needs
I was either going to say bottom of they're fine or top of could use some pointers. So we'll leave it there, but yeah. Because like it does... Like people are literally still looking for it to this day, so it's captured so much attention and like draw, but it's just not that crazy.
No.
Like it's just a sea creature, which is cool, but like there's nothing more to it.
Exactly. So the next one is
another sea creature.
A mermaid.
A mermaid.
I don't know. This one I feel like could be just they're fine. I feel like they're stealing the game of the OG, the banshee. It doesn't have as many cool traits as a banshee does.
Yeah.
Like, it's still, I believe it still has like the song and everything like that.
Does it? Or is it pretty?
Something like that. It lures sailors to it so it can kill it basically.
Yeah.
I don't know that it could be some pointers because it took all the strong traits from the banshee except for the whole singing thing.
Right. And like it took some pointers. I think it's definitely in there fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say it's in between the kraken and...
I was thinking the same exact thing.
In between the kraken and the chupacabra. Mothman's next.
Mothman is next. So the Mothman, what they do is they show up at times where bad things are about to happen.
Right. So they showed up like...
There was like a bridge crash on like in West Virginia maybe?
There were multiple casualties.
Yeah, I think 46.
People say that they showed up before like 9/11.
They've seen before a lot of tragedies, and people say that you see them and then you feel like a bunch of grief.
Right. So I think we're gonna put them in the they're fine.
Putting them in they're fine above the kraken because they're giving you that feeling of grief. Like they're whether they're doing it or not, nobody really knows.
Right.
But they are the ones who are like, you see them, something bad's about to happen, get out. Like, you gotta do something because things are happening with them. Yeah. So I feel like that's probably a good...
I think that's where it belongs.
Good spot to put him.
Bigfoot. The OG.
Bigfoot.
Like, when you think of urban legends and creatures, Bigfoot's at the top of the list.
I mean, that's the first thing. You think of literally this picture, too.
Yes.
You know?
This might be a hot take, just like the Loch Ness Monster, like Nessie. But I don't know that I'm calling backup for Bigfoot. I don't know that
They just kind of hide.
Yeah.
It's like their thing. It's like you see them every so often in a video.
Right.
But for most of the time, they're just hiding.
Yeah.
They're not killing anybody. They're not like doing anything.
But they're strong as can be. I mean, there's this video going around right now on like a trail camera, and it shows the head, and dude cuts out of the camera, but starts throwing around big old trees like they're twigs, like little toothpicks, and it's just chucking them around.
Yeah, and
they've got strength for sure.
And I just saw a video of someone on a train filming, and they could see what looked to be Bigfoot, and then it just like super easily camouflages into like the grass. Yeah. So like everybody's still looking at Bigfoot, like they're still thinking about him.
But I think they're for sure above the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely like similar, and like, you know, what's the difference? You know, they're both elusive and stuff.
Right. They could, if they wanted to, they're gonna swim, they're gonna walk on land.
They've got that.
So they're definitely above Nessie. I think we've gotta put them in the they're fine tier for sure. But where?
I think they've got to be at the top of their fine. Yeah. Just because of how well known they are.
Yeah, for sure.
And like how everybody is still like so interested in like a Bigfoot.
Yeah, you know? Like everybody is still Bigfoot sighting here, Bigfoot sighting there. Like it's always in the news. I think definitely top of their fine is right where it belongs. Exactly. Right there.
Yeah.
Next up we've got
Krampus. So break down Krampus here.
So Krampus is basically the opposite of Santa. Like it's a demon that punishes children during Christmas time that were misbehaving. So instead of coal, you get Krampus. You get tortured. Like,
not what you want for Christmas.
Doesn't play around. Like, he's gonna waterboard you in the back of a rundown shed. Dude's gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
Now,
and like as a kid, you don't want damage.
No, I don't know. Is he gonna steal our girl or? Because I know for a fact, if I see that outside at night, I'm a kid, Christmas time, I'm not calling my parents. I'm
calling the police.
I'm calling the police. I'm calling anybody that will answer my phone.
Yeah, like you are running away and
like,
calling the police simultaneously.
I'm thinking above Wendigo. Like,
yeah.
They're not going to necessarily steal your girl because, you know, they're only around Christmas time. So, like, you're safe 11 months out of the year.
But on that one night, like, they're coming for you.
For sure.
Like,
so I think right there, yeah. I think right there is where it belongs.
Yeah.
Wendigo in the woods, like, scary, yes, but Krampus.
But you're already in the woods. Like, it's already scary. Krampus, he's
like
at your house.
Right. Like, obviously, we don't deal with this in Florida, like snow. But imagine you're in Washington State, nighttime, a blank white canvas of snow outside your window, and you just peer out and you make eye contact with this devilish creature, and you're not going to run out of your room. You're going to keep that locked eye contact and just stare right back at it as you reach and grab your phone.
Yep.
And ... hello, military.
I'm calling.
Like, we're calling everybody. So
yeah.
I think right there is where it belongs.
I agree.
For sure. So next up, we got the Yeti.
In my opinion, this is a top dog.
Yeah, I'm calling the police if I see him, but I don't know. He's year round.
I think I'm calling more than the police.
Yeah.
I think he's stealing my girl.
I think that might be where he belongs.
So like the Yeti, it's much bigger than Bigfoot.
Right.
Like Bigfoot, you see him, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeti, they're gonna ransack your camp. Mm-hmm. They're going to kill you, and nobody will see you again.
No.
They are so elusive. They live in like Nepal, like they're in the Himalayas. Like nobody knows what's up there.
Right.
Like that is such uncharted territory. Those mountains, and there's such like dangerous conditions that like nobody's coming for you.
It's almost like the bottom of the ocean. Like it's so unexplored because of how vast it is and how dangerous it is.
Yeah, treacherous.
So I think we definitely
the police aren't helping you.
No, he's going right up to the top. Mr. Steergo right there. That's where he belongs. Dude is Bigfoot on steroids.
Yeah.
Like he's attacking you. He's gonna stalk you in your sleep when you're camping.
Yeah.
He is going to completely obliterate you. And you call the police, you call the military, they're not showing up.
They're not showing up.
You're in the Himalayas. You're in the mountains. It's gonna take days for them to find
by the time they show up, like everything is gone.
You're done.
Yeah.
Like there's no escaping the Yeti.
Yeah.
And like honestly, out of this whole list, he's one of the more realistic ones.
Decent amount of artifacts and stuff too. I mean, I know that like on the Disney Expedition Everest ride, they have the Destination Truth mold that they caught while in the Himalayas, and they think is to be the Yeti. It's actually in the ride, which is kind of cool. But
so I think for sure,
Mr. Studio
right
Girl.
He belongs up there. So now we got the werewolf. Now, hot take, I don't think I'm calling the police for a werewolf. Like, you think about it, silver bullet, like, you take one out. And plus, what do they got? They're coming after you during a full moon at nighttime.
Just wait until the morning.
Like, yeah, you stay inside, like...
Like, I get it. They're scary. Like, I definitely wouldn't want to see one, but you can avoid them.
Right. And plus, they're half human. Like,
yeah, that's already laid down.
All these creatures, like, Mothman is like half moth, half man, but werewolf, they transform back and forth. Like, just wait till the daytime, and pow, they don't have any defenses.
So they're definitely in there fine.
Yeah, but are they above Bigfoot? I don't think so.
No.
I think Mothman has still got more above it. I think, right there. I think that's right there in between the Kraken and the Mothman, I think is the perfect spot for him.
Yeah, because the Kraken, it does what it does, whatever. We get it. The Mothman, something bad's going to happen. Absolutely, locked in.
Yeah, whether it causes it or whether it's warning
something bad is happening.
Something big is going to happen.
And he's like, yeah, this is scary, but something might not happen.
Right. Next up, we got aliens.
Do you believe in aliens?
I think so. Like, the universe itself is ever expanding. Like, galaxies are forming. There's worlds out in the abyss that we've never seen on telescope or can even fathom how many worlds there are.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
it's insane how, like, literally the universe is expanding and expanding and expanding.
That is true.
There's
Like,
a lot of things that could be with aliens, and that's what makes them a little scary.
Yeah, so I think they belong in the Mr. Steal Your Girl category.
I think they're absolutely in Mr. Steal Your Girl because they can literally steal your girl. Like, they can,
Exactly,
like, be in their UFO and, like,
And just
suck 'em
grab
up.
them and like they might drop them off 500 miles away, but
They've
like,
done something.
they're stealing your girl. They're gonna steal your crops. They're gonna steal you. They're gonna steal whatever they want to steal because
So they can kind of do anything. Like, they're so unknown. They'll take you up. They'll probe you. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do to you, but
there's theories that they created the pyramids, and just think about how much of a feat that would have been. Giant quartz blocks and
before any sort of, like, construction technology.
Yeah, like you think about how big these monuments are, and there's no way humans. I mean, there potentially is, but without modern equipment, that's going to be a feat. And
Yeah.
they did those, like the precision that they built those at.
Insane.
So I can see how that theory, how people can get along with that theory.
Yeah, I
So-
feel like aliens, whether they're little green guys or not, I think they're definitely top tier.
Definitely.
So our question is, are they going to be above the Yeti or after the Yeti?
You know, I think we're going to put them behind the Yeti.
Yeah.
Like the Yeti is more practical at this point in time. This could change in the future, but I think right there is where it belongs. Like,
Yeah, I mean, especially
It's-
also, like, you think of urban legends, like the Yeti is more, like, known as an urban legend, I guess, than, like, an alien. And, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeti's just top dog for me, I feel
for
like.
sure, I think that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
So next up,
Aliens and the Yeti are definitely stealing our girls.
oh yeah, next up we got vampires. Now, for all you Twilight girlies out there, this might rub you the wrong way, but I'm Team Jacob for sure. This is going into the fine category. Like, you think about it, garlic.
That's all it takes.
You can get garlic in Publix or a local grocery store for you non-Southern folk. Like,
I'll eat a clove of garlic right now.
exactly. Like,
And that's taking him down?
a werewolf, at least, like, you gotta shoot him with a bullet or some silver, stab him with a silver knife.
I can just toss some garlic at that boy and he's dead.
Yeah, he can't go into the sun. Like,
Oh, yeah. There's
like,
a lot of disadvantages for vampires.
for sure. You have to invite them in. They're going behind werewolf. I think they are gonna be down at the bottom between the banshee and the chupacabra. I think there's no way that they're. I don't think they're the bottom of the list, but
right before.
right before, I think, yeah, right there. That's where they belong. So,
Okay.
sorry to all you Twilight girlies out there, but Edward, like,
He's much easier to take down in this circumstance.
for sure.
Vampires belong there. They're fine. They've got their lore. But, like, overall as a creature, they're nothing too crazy, you know?
I agree.
All right. Last one.
Next up, we have got
Giants.
giants. Recently, there's been like videos on social media, like TikTok, shorts, and everything like that, of these caves. They're mountains with doors on them, and videos of like zoomed in footage of like giants roaming and doing their thing on like islands and whatnot. It's becoming a lot more popular.
Yeah.
Like the giants, like
The
in the
theories
past.
of giants.
Yeah, like in the past, you have like Jack and the Beanstalk, like that sort of that sort of lore, but nobody really thinks about giants until now. We're not stepping on them.
No.
Like,
we're not beating them up in a fight. Like we said we could do to leprechauns and step on them, like they're stepping on us.
Yeah, like we're leprechauns to them.
Yeah,
But
we
are
are
they gonna
leprechauns
steal our
to them.
girl, or you think we can take them down with some backup?
They're not stealing our girl, I can tell you that
Yeah.
much.
So I think like in between Wendigo
like if
and the Banshee.
if I see them, I'm probably gonna call the police. Like
Yeah.
I'd say they're either top of their fine or between Wendigo and Banshee.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think
I think Wendigo and Banshee is going to be the spot
Yeah.
it belongs, like right there. you need a missile strike on these boys. Like,
yeah, if they're really there, like they're gonna do some damage.
for sure, they're gonna do what leprechaun, like what we're gonna do to leprechauns. Like,
They're stepping on us.
it's hands down, like we're gonna lose that fight. I feel like there'd be more proof of giants because of how large they are. So I don't know that, you know, they're really out there right now. But if they are,
That's pretty scary.
that would be scary.
I'm scared. If I see a giant, I'm scared.
Yeah, I think this list right now, as it stands, is pretty good.
Yeah, we have a very nice bell curve here.
Indeed.
Like it's a pretty. I like leprechauns at the bottom. I don't think they're that crazy, but I do like Yeti and aliens at the top.
Yeah.
I feel like they are the top dogs, and I feel like,
Sure.
I mean, this is a solid list I'd like.
Obviously, this list is subjective. Like, people might have different opinions. So, you know, leave a comment down below of what you think. Do you think something should have been tiered higher? Something should have been tiered lower? Or do you think it's perfect the way it is? For all we know, a leprechaun could be right at the top.
They could be stepping on us.
Like, we don't know. Maybe you know a lot about leprechauns and are just like, these guys are idiots.
Yeah.
Like, they should be stealing everybody's girl.
Leprechaun Lover 111 in the comments is going to be yelling at us.
But overall, I think it's a good tier list. And if there's other creatures that you think of, like, maybe we'll do another list and we can expand.
We can expand our list and revisit it maybe.
For sure. Make sure you guys subscribe down below if you enjoyed this content, because we've got way more coming.
Yes, and leave a like. Every single like is another leprechaun that we step on.
Or maybe they step on us.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
See you guys in the next one.
Indeed. Peace out.